What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to Gyees. This is marketed as a brand new gay themed hero collector that just came out today. So if you do want to download the title, I will have the links in the description below. So let's start this off as we always do, starting off with the heroes that you can collect. Now I've got to say the massive overwhelming majority of hero collectors that we cover on this channel are primarily female cast with a few male characters sprinkled in there. This game is obviously going to be a contrast to that. So it's going to be mostly a male cast with a couple of female characters as well. So we'll kind of look at a few of the 2D arts here. Now, when it comes to the 2D art in this game, the game developer commissioned artists to kind of bring these characters to life, and they were encouraged to use their own art style and aesthetic. That's why some of these characters have a really stark contrast between their art styles. Now, like I said, I know why they did it. It's just, I would rather have like a more uniform art style when it comes to the characters in a game. And I've kind of had the same grievance with Valkyrie Anatomia, Romancing Saga, the more recent Tales of Christoria. So I know why games do it. My preference when it comes to that, I would just prefer that the characters all have a universal and consistent art style. But once again, that's just one man's subjective opinion. Now, when I'm kind of going through hero collectors, you guys know I'm always looking for a diverse weapon set as well. And I don't know if it gets more diverse than my homie over here floating around with his life savings in a robotic, futuristic, lazy boy recliner. I've got to respect it. So that is that. We also have some anthropomorphic characters here as well. My homie over here, his weapon is a little boom box. Like I said, there are some female characters here. We'll kind of go through a few more of them here. We have a character here with an animal companion. We have got to see more characters with animal companions in games. Little samurai guy there. Look at this Turing. Very cool style there. Another female character. More anthropomorphic. This guy looking like he's using a mallet out of Overwatch. Okay. This weird chainsaw thingy. Like, if I don't know what your weapon is, you're off to a good start. What is this? Like a photon laser arm cannon? I don't know. This is a staff though. That's just a staff. Nothing too special there. We'll kind of go over here. My homie over here rocking a banana hammock. Do you? What is this? We have some kitty cat paws propulsion devices. This one over here, she got a Pocky stick and a an animated teapot. I don't know. This character over here has tentacle syringes. That's what I'm gonna call those. So definitely a very nice, diverse set of weapons here. I love to see it. Easy stamp of approval from FG. Got Choji cooking food. Come on, game. Hold on, there's more. Wait, hold on. Let me show you this here. This guy over here, it looks like a carrot quiver, I don't know. We'll go through a few more here. This guy's rocking like some blacksmith tools, a paintbrush here. This guy's using like a bone weapon. This guy looks really cool, Yang. And then we have a character based on a pretty iconic cultural icon, RuPaul. So this is one of the drag characters here. RuPaul, huh? You ain't even trying to hide it. Another banana hammock. And then of course, you guys know FG's taste when it comes to characters. Easily my favorite character in the game. Psychopathic waifu with a sword and a sailor hat. Easy. So let's go ahead and jump back over here to the lobby screen, because there, in addition to having characters that you can collect, you can also select your main character at the very beginning of the game. But as you guys can see, it looks like as you level up, you can activate a different avatar here as well. So these are your three options of main characters to choose from. And speaking of, let's talk about some more inspiration on this game's sleeve. If we go over here, I can also switch my talent set as well. So right now I'm in Soul, but you can see I have Discipline and Holy. I'm a Shadow Priest. I'm basically a Shadow Priest. I can go in Shadow form and everything. I got Discipline and Holy as my alternate talent sets and skill sets here as well. So that's gonna make more sense once we actually jump into combat, which is what we're gonna do right now. So go ahead and jump over here to the world. Now right now I'm at a point in the game where I have to stop and kind of grind up. Right now I'm level 9. I cannot continue into the story until I'm level 12. So we're gonna go back and revisit chapter 4 here and kind of show you kind of how the game flows. So we are here in the kind of story campaign area. Kind of give you guys an idea of the kind of the story segments and kind of how they play out. You can kind of see very anime style. They are animated in using the in-game engine as well, but they're not going to be as expressive with this engine here. Mostly people are just going to be smiling and stuff like that. And then you can always skip this if you don't want to go through the story. So, and my boy Billy over here using like this big massive wrench thingy on a jet board, a hoverboard, I don't know. So in this game, as the story sequence play out, you're gonna have a little bit of freedom to kind of walk around the environments, but for the most part, what you need to do is pretty directed. Like right now, I have to go talk to Eddie, so we'll talk to Eddie really quick. And like I said, for the sake of the YouTube, we'll just kind of skip through that. You can always basically select the exclamation point option, and that'll just kind of speed you ahead to the next stage. But of course, if you want to get a little bit more background, a little bit more lore of the characters, you can always kind of go through the other aspects of the game. So let's go ahead and jump into combat here, and I'll show you what this game plays like as well. All right, so that's some of the story segment. So we'll jump into combat here by using this Dark Flux. Now, there are combat stages in the story that just so happen to be a story that didn't have any combat, but don't you worry, combat's coming. So let's go ahead and jump into the stage right over here. These are going to be some of your resource grinds. These stages drop materials that you need to upgrade your characters. Let's quickly try to turn off autoplay as fast as we can. All right, we good. So ×2 speed is activated pretty early on in the game, and this is going to be your typical turn-based JRPG style combat system. There are elemental weaknesses here as well. So for example, if I want to go ahead and kill that guy there, click on him, very straightforward. Move on to our turn here. I can actually go into shadow form, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do. Now, one thing I would like to see is that if you double click a self buff, I would love to see that just activate without having to click on your own character. Let's go ahead and smack him in the face. And same thing when it comes to single target abilities. Right now, the only option I have is to fight this boss, but I have to actually click on the boss. That's something that I remember Epic 7 having an issue with early on in the game's life, and that they actually finally fixed. Same thing here. I got a self buff. I gotta actually click on the character to do the buff. But once again, turn-based JRPG style combat here. Heals, buffs, attacks, ultimates, things of that nature. Very good animations here, as you guys can see. Enemies are very diverse as well. There's gonna be a nice mix of futuristic, fantasy type of enemies when it comes to the ones that you're gonna be fighting in the game. Look at my boy there. Let's keep on going. We'll go ahead and fight the next stage. Look, this guy's pretty cool too. Got a shadow claw and a bow. Very nice. Lots of variety when it comes to the different biomes here as well. So I've seen, like, we have this, what is this, cog factory. There's outdoor places, castle places. So there goes my shadow form there. Come on. And this guy right over here, he actually has a voice line. So you thought discipline, holy, and shadow was enough. This guy over here, he has a voice line that says, something need fixing, something need doing. I'm like, come on, that's World of Warcraft. All right, obviously not with that. Well, I would say the voice acting is hit or miss in the game. But there you go, that is combat here in the world of Gyees. And I think that's how you say it. As you use characters, you're gonna build up kind of these affection levels. The stronger their affection levels, the stronger their skills are. We've definitely seen systems like that before in other games. Let's go ahead and jump on over out of this screen here, and I'll kind of show you what all these things combine to kind of do to bring your character levels up. So we'll go back over here into this little main tab here. We'll go over to the individual characters. So the character's power level is represented by a flux meter. The higher the flux, the higher the power of the individual characters. So good animations. Like I said, the 3D combat models, no issues whatsoever. So like I said, as you build up intimacy, that will build up the power of your each individual skills. In addition to that, when it comes to getting duplicates in this game, they will be converted into these little image puzzle pieces. There are universal ones that you can use for any character, and then of course you have specific ones that are going to come out of the gacha or out of rewards. That's going to allow you to increase the power of your character as well. Each character has their own specific weapon. So for example, this character over here uses his jet boots to do damage. So this is the item that you're going to be upgrading to make it more powerful. If you go over here, very straightforward. Once again, you've seen systems like this before. As long as you have the materials in question, you can synthesize those together, put it on the character, upgrade them, and make them more powerful. So the stages that you saw me just grinding, that will allow me to get even more of these. So once again, if I need to find that, I can go over here to stage 2-1. I can throw it on auto, and as long as I have stamina, it'll burn out all of my stamina and continue to grind the stage over and over and over again until I get more. Later on in the game, you can also use more stamina to get the job done quicker, which I always appreciate. I don't think it needs an additional currency for that. Like, just let people use more stamina all at once. Let them get their resources faster, because nobody wants to do the tedium of having to grind resources all the time. So that is that. Already talked about the intimacy levels there. And then also when it comes to intimacy, it's just like all the other affection-based games in the world. The more you use the character, the higher it goes. You can also send them gifts as well. Certain characters like certain things. Very straightforward. Once again, we've definitely seen systems like this, and there are different skins for characters as well. There you go. All right, so that is that. So we talked about the campaign stages, the story stages. We did a little bit of combat. We talked about upgrading the characters. Look at this little quest. Look at this. You see this? You see where my mouse is? Come on, game. Only I can make those type of jokes. That is that. A little bit later on in the game, you're going to unlock guilds. And then there's also arena that you can do here as well. There's this battle test robot, which is kind of like this really hardcore DPS check. I can't even kill that. And then you also have this little stage over here called Oath Blades. We'll jump over there really quick. Reminds me a little bit of like a labyrinth mode, but not really. I do like this loading screen, by the way. Nice loading screen. I like it. Catherine, represent. You also have like a little town world here as well. So you want to run around, talk to people. You should be able to see other characters in this world as well. You can also click on this little doggy if you're kind of lost and you don't know where you're going. You can do that. I don't want to join. I want to go. There we go. Difficulty 1. Let's make it happen. Best loading screen. So I can basically seek out a foe here. And as you guys can see, it has a little tile here. So what I can do, I can kind of scan these little individual regions. Keep on going. Every now and then there's going to be some wolves and stuff here that I can fight, kill, and then of course I'll be rewarded once I complete it. So look at these little, I like that. These little green, toxic bears that look like they broke out of captivity. Love to see it. Some of the voice acting, like I said, hit or miss on the voice acting. Easily into shadow form. I like it. Now, to end this video off, as we always do, we are going to jump into the summoning, but we're going to jump in and do a summon. I'm not going to be a summoning, going to be a summon. And I know that's going to be a place where we're probably going to lose some people there, because this is going to be one of those games that has a gacha that has a lot of things in that gacha. There's like resource materials in there, fragments. There's a lot of stuff in the gacha. Looks like he died with a little bit of damage over time. You love to see it. GG. I feel like those guys should have been the bosses, but this guy was running the pack. This little alpha wolf right over here was running it. He's my tank there. Got to go back in shadow form. Ooh, look at that. GG. Very nice. All right, so let's jump on over. Let's do some summon. And I got myself a little bit of cash shop currency there as well, which can be used to, of course, do summons. All right, let's go ahead and get out of that. And of course, you can always revisit that. Just because I quit, all of that progress will still remain there. So no big deal. No big deal. All right, let's get ourselves back to the lobby screen. So as you guys can see, when you're out of stamina, there's still gameplay content that you can do that will allow you to farm up resources to kind of keep your progress rolling. So this is the summon. Let's see if we get anything good here. Can I just let's go shop for one of these bad boys. Ah, there we go. Go ahead and buy one of those. All I got enough money for. The game does give you a few of these little stones as you kind of move along. But since the gacha has so many things in it, I haven't really gotten anything out of it. I'll let the full summoning animation kind of play out here. Look, I just got 3 common pieces that I can use on a character. That's it. So there are a lot of things in here. Can I actually go, let's close that out. Go into the details. So a bunch of characters, universal fragments. I'm not exactly sure what those are. Some rune materials, some glow packs, some gold, and then some other like boxes and grab bags. So a lot of things in this gacha. Yeah, I think they could probably tone that down just a little bit. But there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to kind of give you guys a quick recap, you got story, you got the campaign, you have your daily resource grind, which is your dark flux. And then, of course, if you click on this like main town, you have a few different things that you can do here as well. This is the main city. Like I said, this is kind of like a DPS check here. This Oath Blades that I've just showed you, some quizzes to take, arena, not sure what this is. And then this allows you to get some free stamina every single day by talking to the homeboy Choji, who's cooking it up in all the games that he's in. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been a look at Gyees, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. So that is it. I'm out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.